All right, so here we are again. This is the next day. And as you can tell, I've got too many tires for this side of the tractor. So, as the story goes, I didn't get this guy far enough off the ground, possibly. That was my problem. And whenever I pulled the stem, just a small amount of the middle of the tire was resting on the ground, which was enough to break the bead on these tires. So, I've put a few tires on rims with the assistance of my brother, and most of the time the rims are exceedingly tight, and most of the struggle is just getting the metal to go next to the rubber in the right places without ripping tires and whatnot. With your John Deere 2038 tires, you kind of run into another problem, which is that rim is in there very loosely, and you cannot get a good bead set on that without resorting to various things. And for me, various things was this strap right here, which ended up not being the right tool for the job, or perhaps I just didn't do it right. I'm in no way professional at vehicles or tractors. So what I did end up doing was getting my tire completely off, as you can see. We're missing it, but over here. And I loaded that guy into my car. Now, I do have a bead seeder coming, because whether this tractor likes it or not, it's going to get water in those back tires because I really want the ballast. I did have the dealer go ahead and order me some 70 pounders. A lot of people say they want to use 45 or 42, pound weights on these things, but that's probably fine for a lot of people, especially smaller people. I'm not a smaller people, and 70 pounds sounds kind of light to me, but I couldn't decide between 70 and 100, and it looked like I needed specialized hardware for 100, which wouldn't be a problem for me to lift. Pretty sure I can get that onto the tractor with one hand, but 70 is a lot more comfortable, I would think. And then 42, I'm just loading way too many of them. It seems like setting small weights multiple times, and I'm kind of a shorter reps, higher weight kind of guy, so we're going to do 70 on this guy. And hopefully that doesn't become something I regret if I keep this thing until I get to the point where I'm a little too old to throw 70 pounds on the back of the tractor every once in a while. So we got two of those actually coming. That, in addition to the water weight in these tires, and the actual weight bracket that I've got for this thing is from Heavy Hitch, and it's their gooseneck option. And I chose that not really because I wanted a gooseneck, but mostly it's the fact that I noticed they had a nice hook on the receiver, and the other ones didn't. And I can weld. I have a welder over here. It's not mine, but it is my brother's, and I could probably weld something on it, but it looked like that was that real nice weld work, and what we have is the cheap one, because I don't do it for a living or anything. In fact, I've only welded a few things in my entire life. Mostly I cut metal if I'm going to do anything with a tool that you can't directly stare at. But either way, I did a lot of stuff that I didn't want to show you guys, and probably won't. Chief among those was I actually, and this is more as a cautionary tale, please don't do the stupid crap that I did. I went ahead and grabbed the ROPS with a winch, hooked it up to my handy dandy set into concrete into bedrock post over there, all the way over here, and jerked the whole damn tractor up to the side so that the wheel was off the ground, because I didn't actually have these tools yesterday, and I thought for sure if I got the weight off of it and the ratchet strap on it, I could stop the hemorrhaging of the problem, and that turned out to be patently false, possibly due to all of the other janky things that I was doing. In addition, this strap here didn't end up working, which is really funny and kind of integral to the story here, or differential to it. One of the two. Math jokes. This guy here, you can actually still see slightly. Oh, I think I just crunched my foot. Got to be careful with that thing. It cost a lot of money. The strap right here, the little band that you see around this, that was the width of the strap at my dealership, which is great. They're Trellis of Texas. They went ahead and wrapped this guy, and they didn't, fold the tire in half like I did trying to ratchet strap it with that thing. They just wrapped it up, cranked it down just slightly, and bam, it immediately seated exactly like it should, and they were able to fill that sucker up with air, and everything was right with the world in less than 5 minutes, although we did struggle with it for about 15 before the guy came over and said, hey, you guys want a strap? So that was kind of my last 2 days. I stayed out here trying things that didn't work until it got both dark and far too cold for me to be out here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make sure that I put the correct side of this tire close to it, and I guess I will have to lift it with one hand, and that might be a little bit fun since it's got to be in one particular location. I may just actually drop the tractor a little bit. We'll see. Either way, though, it looks like we're back on business, and surprise, surprise, the things that I hinted about yesterday have arrived, and you can see one of the boxes right over there where it sat last night because it's kind of unwieldy to carry. The other piece I went ahead and just tucked under one arm and walked into my house with, but that one right there that you can kind of see at the gate, the box isn't closed. It's like clamshelled in there, and I picked up one side and the box tried to come apart, so it's up there by the gate, and we're gonna go up there, flip it into the bucket, drag it back over here, take it out of the box, and I will show you all of that and what exactly it is that I'm talking about in the next video. But first, I gotta make sure that my tractor can drive, so let's do that. What do you say, Clara? Clara! There she is. Oh, all right. No? You shake her head. You get those ears checked out, don't we?